All right, how my champions doing? Gonna make winning plays every day. So what we're gonna go over right now is let's see. This is a what is it called? Oh, I know what it's called. Give me a second. It is called Business Growth Live Stream, and it's about quick make adjustment. Life gets in the way. So it's a business growth live stream, and what it's about is to give you, so everything you need for business growth. It's important to be able to grow your business and things like that, and to be able to show up for your business. So I plan on doing these once a week at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. Right now, we have our gaming innovator shirt. That's the Champions Playbook shirt. So just keep that in mind, and we're gonna go like that. So let's see. So here's the thing, right? If you want somebody to purchase something from you, that's all I want you to be thinking about. How are you giving value first, right? That's all I want you to think about. You have to always think about like how are you giving value to whatever you're doing, right? And you sometimes you have to get creative or whatever the case is, but you have to figure out how to do that. How do you give value first, right? And I believe like once you learn how to do that, I think your business will make more sense because you've learned how to, put the value in the right spot, right? Like once you do that, like so many different things are gonna go in your favor because you figure out how to like involve people. So what do I mean by value? What I mean is give people a piece of your product, like lower the barriers. Like if you're, let's say your product is, oh, got the Instagram right here. We gotta go live over there too. Like you have to be connected in multiple spaces. Like that's what's important. How my champions doing? We're gonna make one of plays every day. So right now we are on the um, what is it, business growth live stream, right? And what it's about is giving value first, and why that's so important, and why more people need to know that they need to give value first and foremost. As you guys can see up there, it says pay for value, right? That's something I live by. With the Champions Playbook, it's important, and you just want to do that for yourself, and just everything with your business. You just want to give as much value as possible. Like when you're asking somebody to pay for something, like there's immediate expectation, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like you want to build that over time. You want them to have some time with your product, to experience it, to see everything that it's about, and that will give them like allow them to build a relationship with that product. That's what you ultimately want with whatever you're creating is a relationship with your products, right? You want to be able to build a relationship and people to know what you're doing and things like that. You don't want it to be really complicated for somebody to see what you do and what you're doing. Like you want to immediately get them involved. Like with me, with the YouTube, with the Instagram, with all these things, I can immediately get you involved, get you, seeing what I'm talking about, and immediately build your awareness for the Champions Playbook, for Business Growth University, Business Growth UNIV.com. Right? If you haven't checked that out, check that out. That's the university where packaging everything so you get the mentorship and you can get all the things that you need. But you also need a resource where you can retain all this information properly. So we got both of those assets working for you, and you need that. We all need that. I need that. It helps push me, keeps me sharp as possible, things like that. And we all need to be sharp as we can possibly be, kind of showing up for ourselves, being consistent, things like that. So yeah. So basically, I want to give you guys a scenario where you can kind of play this out. And it's like, example, it's just like me right here, like what I'm doing. I'm giving everybody kind of like how I use my business, right? Everybody can do that, but what they do, if you're a service-based business, you can show people what you do so they can get a feel for what you do. If you're a product-based business, you can have that sample, that starter product, just to get into people's hands, just to get that review and things like that. But you have to have a system in place where they can review these products, where they can see what they like about these products and things like that. Like that's what you want. You want their hands on your products, and so they can, see how they feel and see how they, interact with them and things like that. Like that's ultimately what you want. Like don't so much worry about the profits at first. Like those are going to come later. And I know you're going to be happy when the profits do come, but that's probably going to take a little bit longer. And I think that's better when the profit takes a little bit longer, because if that product profit takes a little bit longer, the beautiful part to that is that you're able to increase brand awareness. You're able to increase your marketing strategy and things like that because you waited, because you didn't rush into, I have to make profits right now. I need them immediately. You can kind of space that out and wait until a time where, you know, it just may make more sense, for your business and things like that. Like, it doesn't it never feels bad to take profits, but you have to remember, like, what's your long term plan with your business or whatever it is that you may be doing. Do you have a long term plan, or you're just kind of like you're going right now and you just want to see how things go? Like, you really want to develop your long term, game plan for business growth or personal growth, whichever one you decide to direction you decide to go in, and accelerate that as much as possible and excel on that side of things, because if you excel on that side of things, then things will work out for you. But yes, you have to give value first, like, because you have to think about it this way: if I don't know you and I don't like pay for that necessarily, service, why would I look to pay you if I don't know you? I'm not comfortable like paying for that. And so, you just have to ask yourself, like, are you paying for things that you don't normally pay for? If the answer is no, then why would other people? Like, you have to think about it from that perspective. Like, a lot of people are going to think in a similar perspective. And so you want to just tie all that together and say, am I thinking in that, in that perspective, or am I not thinking in that perspective? And then try to eventually tie everything together. And so you're giving that value first. People are becoming like fans and real, really understand what you're doing and really tied in and locked in. And so they have a reason to check you out every week. They have a reason to buy into the things that you're talking about. They have a reason to really be into the things that you're talking about. Like, don't just think it's going to come overnight, and don't think it's basic. Like, just know that if you have a phenomenal product, that if you gave somebody a sample and it's really phenomenal, like, people are going to want it more and more. They're going to, it's going to make a situation where they're going to try to figure out a way to purchase that product and things like that, because it is just that valuable. So that's what you want to do. Like, don't get caught up in the sales thing. Like, other businesses get sales, but they have an established business partners, everything's really established. And so if you're not at that established level, it's going to be really complicated for you to do the things that you need to do because you're not established. So you just want to take that time, get established, get some, ground under you, and you're going to be able to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish because you have some ground under you. There's value associated with what you do, and that wasn't anything stopping you. That was something that makes what you're doing stronger because you tie value to it. So, you just want to be at the point to where you're tying as much value to what you're doing as possible, to where you're taking it serious and people are getting, a lot of value out of what you're doing, and you're just consistent. You're consistent as possible. You're taking it serious, and you're doing all the things that you need to do. So remember, you want to have something people can try and review. You want to tie an action to whatever it is. So let's say it's a shirt that you have that you're offering with your, whatever your offer is. Well, people can ask, how does that shirt fit, and how does that go with what they're doing? Things like that. So you just steadily build on what you're doing. Make sure your concept stays strong. Make sure your mindset stays strong, and you can consistently accomplish great things. I believe that nothing will stop you when you're giving that value first. You want to be first with that value, and you want to make sure that value stays strong, and you're accomplishing that. Like me, I'm in, what is it called, Client Attraction University with Markel Russell. What's going on? How you doing? How was that pop up today? See you out there with your business. Shout out to what you're doing. But yeah, it's you just gotta show up for yourself, and just be consistent, like, with giving value. You have to know how important that is. Like, it's important to give value as much as possible. Like, the pay may come later, but just know that what you build is important. Like, the pay comes later, then the pay comes later. But the value has to come immediately, and it doesn't matter if you're the only one involved in your business or not, or we're not. But if you're dedicated, if you're staying strong in what you're doing, if you consistently have a building strategy and mindset, then I believe you can accomplish something great, no matter what, no matter what's in front of you, no matter what's behind you, no matter what, you can accomplish something great. You have to know that, and you have to believe that you can accomplish something great. And if you don't know or believe that, then you probably can't. You know. But just remember that even if you can't, you have to take the time to learn the processes and things that you need to do to make that a reality. Because you can accomplish something great. Right? Don't be nervous about that. Like, be persistent, be consistent, show up, show out for yourself, have that value going, and you're gonna be able to accomplish great things. Like, that value has to be important, though. That value has to be something people can recognize. Don't expect for people to just know what you do just because they know you. It takes time for people to know what you do. It takes time for people to buy into what you're doing, and believe in you. And them trying and test driving your product out is a great way for them to learn, to get used to you, and what it takes to buy in to what you do. It's going to take some time, but you just got to remember that in that time that you're building your strength and your foundation. And so, don't stress over sales. The sales will come. You just make sure you build what you do. You're strong in it. You believe in it, and you just keep pushing, keep building, keep believing, and great things will happen for you in your business. I truly believe that. And I believe if you come up with a good value strategy, that ultimately great things will happen. But you have to tap into a certain particular part of your mind to have that happen, and it may take you know days, months, years, but as long as you're on the right track to make that happen, things will happen for you. You just got to be strong through the hard times, and you'll be able to come up with a great way to give that value out. That's what you want. So don't let nothing phase you, bother you. Just keep going, give that value, and always seek ways to get better, do better, and accomplish great things. Because over the long run, it's always worth it. It's always worth it. Don't let it bother you. Trust me, things are gonna work out for you. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there. This is our first time doing this. Plan on getting on next Friday and doing another one. This is a gift I give to my community. I want everybody to do great things and accomplish great things. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to make winning plays. That's what we want people to do. This business, what's it called? Business Growth University is going to be something big. I'm excited about it. I'm excited that I was able to create it, think outside the box, and do something great. I want everybody to continue to make winning plays, continue to do great things, and That's how we're gonna work out. Everybody have an amazing weekend. Do something great.